Hi friends, in this video I am going to show you how can you connect with Snowflake from Python. So I have already listed down the steps. So there are total 80 steps. So let's go through it one by one. So the first step is we need to install a Snowflake Python connector. Second, we are going to import this package into our code. In the third step, we are going to create a configuration file and we are going to mention these many variables over there. In the fourth step, we are going to create a connection object. In the fifth step, we are going to create two functions, execute and get result. So what execute function does it's going to run our query on Snowflake but doesn't return any result. But in execute and get result, it is going to run our query and it is going to provide a cursor, and with the help of that cursor we can access the result as well. And in both function we are going to pass two parameters, one is connection and second is query. After that we are going to set the configuration of connection, like what warehouse we are going to use, what database, what schema, and what is the role we are going to use. And in seventh step we are going to insert some records, create a table or update some records. In the eighth step I've described the working of these functions. So as you can see, we are passing the connection parameter. This connection parameter contains a function called cursor. So this function provides us the cursor object, and with the help of cursor object and its execute method we can run the query on Snowflake. And in exchange we get the result set in cursor itself, so we can iterate over the cursor and get the result out of it. So the result type depend on the type of cursor which we create. So by default all the result will be in the form of tuple, but suppose we want to get dictionary as a result, we need to create a special type of cursor called dict cursor. So let's see how to work with this. Let me create a file. So let me import the connector first. So for that, let me open the terminal. I'm going to install the connector. Run this command into terminal. So you can see it has successfully installed the connector. Now let me import it into my code. Let me import the config file as well. Let me show you what we have in config file. So you can see we have password, schema, user and warehouse. And I have account and database as well. So let me print the account. You can see my account locator is this one. And if I want, I can get the database name as well. So let me delete it. Now we have imported the config file as well. Now let me create the connection object. So this is my connection object. You can see I'm passing the user, password and account from the config file. Okay, so I'm going to get a connection object. Now let me define two functions, SF execute and SF execute get result. So let me copy the name. Both are going to take two parameters, connection and query. With the help of this connection, we are going to call cursor method. And we are going to get a cursor variable. Once we get the cursor variable, using this cursor, we call the execute method. And we are going to pass query in it. Yeah, that's it. And after this we are going to close this cursor. Yeah, same way we are going to define the second function. Let me copy it and let me rename it. Only change what we are going to do is we are not going to close our cursor, because this function is going to provide us a result set. So we are going to take this cursor and we are going to return it. Yeah, that's it. So now let me set the configuration of Snowflake. So how can we do that? We can do that with the help of sfexecute. So let me call this function. We can pass the con variable as it contains the connection, and let me pass the query. Query should be set warehouse, and it should be computer.sh or whatever warehouse we are getting for configuration file. So we can take it with the help of format function. Yeah, that's it. Same way we can set the database and schema as well. So let me copy it and change it. One more thing friends, this whole code should come into a try except block. So let me put it into try. And if any exception occur, we are going to catch it in except block. And I'm going to print the exception. And in my finally block, I'm going to close this connection. Yeah, that's it. Let me run this program first. You can see it is not giving any error, and it is giving exit state as 0. So it means it is successfully able to run the code. Now let me run a query. Now let's create a table. So let me copy it, paste it, and I'm going to change the query. I'm going to create a percent table which has only one column, that is name. Let me run it. You can see it is giving exit status as 0. So let me check whether this table is created or not. Right, so you can see 1% table has been created and it has 0 data. Now let me insert some record inside it. So again I'm going to use this same function, and I'm going to delete this record as I've already created the table. Let me just change the query. I'm going to insert the record into the percent table. This time I'm going to add a record called John, another record named Suji, a third record as Max. Let me run this. Got exit status as 0. Let me review that percent table. You can see 3 record has been inserted. Now let me read these records again from the table. So let me delete these executes, and this time we are going to use sfexecute get result function. So let me copy the previous calls and let me change the name, and this time let's send select the statement. Yeah, that's it. And this time we are going to get cursor object, and we can loop over this cursor object, and get the record. Yeah, that's it. Let me run it. You can see we can get 3 tuples. Right now we are getting tuples, but suppose we want dictionary instead of tuples, so we have to change the cursor object. Default cursor object provides us tuple, but we can give the cursor type. So you can see cursor class is there. Over here we are going to provide the dict cursor. So for that we need to import it first. Yeah, and we are going to pass this object while creating the cursor over here. Now if I run this command, you can see we are getting the dictionaries. So I hope friend you like this content, and if you like this content, just like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.